Hi guys, welcome back. It's a beautiful day today, so we are going to be analyzing a new sector. It's also the holiday season, so I hope all of you are having a great time with your families, and having fun. But anyways, today we're going to start with the textile space. As you know, this entire textile space, it's been a lot of buzz, right? Like I think for the couple of quarters that I've seen, a lot of people have been making buzz, like textile is a new thing, and that's what we're going to figure out today. Like, is it really the new thing? Is there something monumental happening over here, because if you look at the entire textile space, it's been a very subdued industry for a very long period of time, right? It's been a sunset kind of industry, only you can tell. So one of the reasons that you see that it used to be a sunset industry is because if you go back and look in the 90s, right? 90s mein textile ka boom, to we had a lot of boom, right? Because we started putting up our manufacturing facilities and everything, right? And it became easier for these foreign brands to come and manufacture from India versus, let's say, manufacturing from their own country. But over the years, especially in the 2000s and in the late 2000s, what we saw was this entire textile sector started suffering a lot. Now, one of the main reasons why this textile sector started to suffer was because we saw a lot of shift happening from India to Bangladesh. So, what was the reason for the shift? Again, better, the laws were a bit easier for them. Obviously you could get through, like, you do not need a registered company or anything, you could get easily. The laws were loose a bit in Bangladesh, so it became easier for these companies. There wasn't any standard or a structure they had to follow like in India. There wasn't anything they had to be accountable for. But the most important thing why there was this shift to Bangladesh was the labor cost. To give you an idea, in India, if for an individual, let's say if you're a tailor, the labor cost over here per month is around 240 to $250. Okay, US dollars I'm talking about. And if you go and get the same thing done in Bangladesh, it is literally half the cost. You're paying the same tailor to get the same work done. The labor cost is around 120 to $150. So it's literally half the price. So obviously any company would want to minimize their expenses and have a huge margin for themselves, right? And this is what and that is why you saw, okay, like a lot of shift went to Bangladesh. Other than that, also we had a lot of rules and laws come with dyeing. When we have a yarn, you have to dye the fabric at all, which was no longer there. No pollution ka laws and everything over there in Bangladesh. As a result, we saw that most of this textile industry ka manufacturing got shifted over there. Okay. Now coming back in 2024, we see that, and also just to give you an idea, Bangladesh ka textile sector is 15% of their GDP. So you can understand how huge contribution that the entire textile sector has in Bangladesh. Okay. Now coming to 2024, you might know, right, that there has been a lot of geopolitical tension in terms of Bangladesh, right? The president, I believe, or the prime minister has fled away from the country. I mean, you get the gist, right? Obviously, when you have such very tensed situation in the country, nobody, and you know that going forward, there could be even more tensions. There could probably be a lot of problem over here, or no company would want to go forward and like continue their investments over there. They would want to probably they would want to minimize their risk and transfer certain set, maybe not fully, if not minimize their risk by putting so much of their manufacturing allocation wahan pe, right? So as a result, what has happened, we are seeing now that Bangladesh may people are slowly withdrawing. They do not want to go, they do not want 100% of their manufacturing coming from Bangladesh. And already India made this facilities there. India may, there are these capacities that we have. We are known for good kind of quality clothes and everything. We are seeing that slowly shift coming from Bangladesh to India. So this is where the huge, or the main tailwind, as you tell, the main tailwind is coming from. Okay, so you got the just like why the tailwind is said. What is the reason for the tailwind over here? Now coming back to another part, like, see, I understand that there is tailwind over here in the entire textile space. And usually that you see, whenever there is a tailwind, let's say if one industry is having a tailwind, whoever the other industries that are there, that are supporting this industry, right? You will see that entire value chain, will benefit. Value chain का मतलब, now if I have to tell you, let's say now अगर आपका FMCG goods में it is good, like क्या बोलते हैं, like बहुत सारा tailwind है, बहुत सारा consumption हो रहा है, ठीक है, ब्रिटानिया का बिस्किट में, पार्ले जी का बिस्किट, सब अगर अभी now whoever is supplying to Britannia, now ब्रिटानिया का बिस्किट के लिए क्या चाहिए, आपको मैदा चाहिए, आपको शुगर चाहिए. So you know what happens is most of the time जब इतना डिमांड आ रहा है एक सेक्टर में, जो भी प्लेयर है जिसको जो सप्लाई कर रहे हैं इसको, इस सेक्टर को, वो भी अच्छा करता है. Now, for example, you would see one thing was, we had a lot of boom in the manufacturing space after COVID, right? So whoever were there in this, let's say manufacturing, may like we saw a lot of roads being done, we saw our ocean ways being better. So whoever were there in making these roads, agar wo crane ho, koi bhi infrastructure ka company ho, ACE ho, Anup Engineering ho, and we saw a lot of real estate companies, whoever were supplying to these real estate companies, wire and cable companies, ये सब में boom आ गया था, right? So similarly, we need to see कि like I understand कि like textile sector में ये boom है, but is it really कि like जो भी है इस value chain में, right? जो भी है इस value chain में, are everybody being beneficial over here? That is what we will see, right? ठीक है. So this video mostly I'm going to talk about कि like basically ये शायद मुझे पहले बोलना चाहिए था वीडियो में. So we are going to be talking about this, textile sector में कि like क्या हो रहा है, what is this video is mostly going to be an overview of the textile sector कि like what is a value chain. हम देखने वाले हैं कि like यहाँ पे हमने तो पहले देखा कि like first we covered कि like tailwind क्या है in the entire textile space. The second thing what we are going to be doing is we are going to see कौन से value chain है यहाँ पे, and इस value chain में listed space में कौन से player है. And the fourth thing we are going to see is like, is it really that each and every player is having the demand? Okay, so that is what we're going to see. I'm just going to share my screen for a minute. I think the screen is shared, right? Yeah, okay. So this is just a small thing to show you कि like ये अगर let's say अगर ये textile space में boom है, let us first understand in the textile space कि like कौन से player है. First we need to divide the entire textile space into different category. Now let's say मैं कपड़ा पहन रही हूँ, इस कपड़े बनाने में there are, let's say although I am buying it from the shop, there are many players who are involved in making this one little shirt that I'm wearing, right? So now who are the players involved? Okay, so पहले think about this. इस shirt बनाने के लिए, to make this shirt, you have to get cotton, या cotton आपका कोई भी raw material हो, which is most of the time that we use is cotton, या अगर आप winter clothes use करते तो it is wool, but mostly we use cotton only. So पहले we have to go and find somebody who is supplying the cotton. This is player number one. So there will be first the number one company, the first companies in the value chain is like जो cotton को source कर रहा है, cotton को उगा रहा है, right? All of these people are the first player. The second player will come, the second person in the value chain is who will buy this raw material cotton और इस cotton को yarn में convert करेगा. Yarn is basically आप देखते हो ना that धागा, I think you call it in Hindi, that one, right? So this is the second player. पहले after this yarn, the third person will be इस yarn को fabric में convert करना. So people will buy this different kind of yarn, cotton का yarn, polyester का yarn, dyed cotton yarn, dyed polyester yarn. इसको एक fabric में, you might know if you are in the olden generation, that time we didn't have all these Trent and all of these companies. We used to go get this fabric, 1 meter, 10 meter का satin का fabric, cotton का fabric, and you had to go give the tailor, right? So that is called as fabric. आप ये एक इस yarn से बड़ा मीटर का fabric बना रहे हो. Now you take this fabric and somebody sources. So this is part number 3. Now who is part number 4? Who will collect this fabric? जो कुछ भी fabric हो, silk हो, satin हो, cotton हो, polyester हो, they will convert it into this finished goods. वो design करके they will make this design. The fourth player will be the player who will make this design and everything, and he will convert that fabric into a beautiful cloth that could be worn. Okay. Now after this, the last player over here, that garment बनाते हैं, after this you will make this garment and you will sell it. And the last company is आपका Zudio हो, V2 Retail, Style Bazaar and everything, जो इस कपड़े का order देता है for this guy to make, he will make this कपड़ा and वो उनका brand का एक sticker लगा के अपना showroom में बेचता है, and later you and I as a customer will go and get from this kind of different brand. So now you understood कि पूरा value chain यहाँ पे क्या है. So पहला value chain में जो है cotton और raw material जो उगाता है, ठीक है, we are not concerned with this person. At least I am not concerned. I'm not interested over here. Why? Because see, first of all, this cotton and raw material ka main problem is it's a commodity. So there is a lot of factors that go into it, like seasonality ka factor hai, like sometimes there is too much rain, so your crop gets spoiled. Sometimes there is no rain, so there is no crop. There are so many, you're very much dependent on the seasons, right? Very seasonal industry hai. The second thing over here is, now that who ugate hai, cotton ugate and everything. What happens over here is if a company is involved in farming a cotton, now what happens over here is obviously whenever you have a cotton ka plantation or whatever it is called, you fall a risk like sometimes there could be this demand and supply situation, right? Like let's say the demand is too much but आपका supply नहीं होता है, right? And that time we have a body called a CCI in India which regulates the price for cotton. So let's say when this situation happened where the cotton ka price is very exorbitantly high, the CCI will come in between and they will be like, bhai, you can't sell your cotton for more than this amount of price. They will come and regulate the price. Similarly when cotton ka prices are too low, let's say supply itna hai but demand utna nahi hai, to kya hoga? Aapka cotton ka prices kam hoga, right? That time what will happen? Again CCI will come, and recently over the years what they've done is they've implemented, not recently, over a long period of time, they have implemented this local MSP, which is the minimum selling price, right? So no matter what happens, let's say aapka supply zyada ho, supply zyada hai but demand utna nahi hai, so obviously yahan pe kya hota hai, you, no matter in spite of that, there is a minimum price below which the CCI, the regulating body, sets, below which you can't sell the price. So again, like you see, एक price का, you do not have a pricing power over here, another regulating body sets your pricing power over here. The third thing, the other thing over here, why I'm not interested in this cotton raw material is there is a lot of things like, you can't sell your cotton to outside. You have to do a lot of import, export, there are a lot of rules and regulations. It is a very highly regulated industry. And on top of that, an extremely commoditized industry, जहाँ पे आपका price जो है, it depends on various factors such as seasonality. Let's say America में कोई cotton उगा रहे हैं, वहाँ पे New York का future में somebody is, doing something, वहाँ पे उनका, New York futures में कुछ cotton का problem हो गया है. Again, it will affect your price. So it's a very hazardous industry. So for me as an investor, I am just not interested over here. Okay. Now coming here to the second part over here is the yarn and जो fabric बनाते हैं. Now think about this. Let's say for example, Bangladesh में problem हो रहा है. Now Bangladesh का main industry क्या है? Garment बनाने वाला. This guy who will get the fabric and उस fabric को आपको 100 मीटर 1000 मीटर का जो fabric है, who will convert this fabric into a really good garment. Let's say एक 100 मीटर में इतना, probably they're making 100 tops. This is a speciality of that Bangladesh का textile. वो सिर्फ manufacture कर रहा है, ठीक है? Now this is the demand that is going to flow over here, right? Over here. So again over here, this goes out of our deal, brand or ये B2C companies or retail, because ये तो India में बेच रहा है at the end of the day, right? So obviously it depends on India का condition कैसा है. अगर हमारा, if we are as a consumer, हमारा disposable income बढ़ रहा है, हमारा economy कैसा चल रहा है. So again in this textile industry, like I told you, the first this goes out, cotton or raw material goes out. I always get scared if this is recording or not. Okay, cotton or raw material thing goes out. And the second, the last player over here, brand or B2C companies, जो हमारा retail companies है, that goes out because they are not getting any benefit because Bangladesh में कुछ problem हो रहा है, because their consumers are from India and it depends on people like you and me if we are going and shopping or not. So over here, if you see brand या B2C companies में अगर आप देखो, there are only few companies that are doing well because उनका execution that is there, it has been very top notch. To give you a few examples, V2 retail ho, Style Bazaar ho, there is a newly listed company called Purple Kids. Vishal Mega Mart is another one जहाँ पे उसका apparel segment अच्छा कर रहा है, 30% का growth target कर रहा है, right? So all these few companies, Vedant Fashion is coming back up, उनका Q2 का growth was really phenomenal, right? So these are the few companies, very selected companies. But having said that, like I told you, these people are not dependent. Actually, Bangladesh में कुछ problem हो रहा है, यहाँ पे कुछ problem होगा, ठीक है? That is one thing. यहाँ पे actually they have a little bit, actually more than advantage, यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा disadvantage है उनके लिए, ठीक है? Now what I mean by disadvantage over here, now let's say for example Zudio, okay? Now let's say Zudio is getting 100% of its clothes manufactured from Bangladesh and Bangladesh में problem आ गया. These people will get impacted if they are having any of their manufacturing facilities in Bangladesh, then they will get impacted क्योंकि now because of this geopolitical condition, they might have to shift in India. And India में क्या है आपका prices थोड़े ज़्यादा है compared to Bangladesh. So obviously उनके लिए थोड़ा affect हुआ है. But having said that, whoever the people are there in India, the B2C companies that are listed, they're not getting as much done in Bangladesh as most of the supply is happening from India only. So you understand how different एक ही situation है. But having said that, can you see एक situation है, एक पूरा sector है, can you see different players in the value chain का कैसे different effect होता है, ठीक है? Now let's come to the main thing यहाँ पे कि like यहाँ पे yarn, fabric और ये जो garment बनाते हैं. Now even these people are sourcing is yarn and fabric का जो बनाता है, especially this yarn, right? वो यान बनता है कैसे? आपका कॉटन से, आपका धागा जो है विट बनता है वो कॉटन का रॉ मटेरियल से, यू पुट इट इन दैट स्पिंडलर एंड वो यान बनता है. नाउ व्हाट हैपेंस ओवर दिस yarn people ना, they have a lot of क्या बोलते हैं, इनका भी एक थोड़ा रेगुलेटरी का इशू है, दैट बेसिकली दे कांट इंपोर्ट एनीथिंग. इट इज इजी फॉर देम टू कि लाइक गेट थिंग्स फ्रॉम इंडिया, रॉ मटेरियल फ्रॉम कॉटन, क्योंकि इनका इंपोर्ट ड्यूटी जो है इट इज वेरी हाई. आई थिंक इट इज नॉर्थ ऑफ 11 to 15% का बीच में है. ठीक है. सो टुमारो गोइंग फॉरवर्ड, लेट्स से फॉर एग्जांपल, व्हिच इज एक्चुअली हैपनिंग टुडे एज वी स्पीक राइट नाउ, ओवर द एंटायर वर्ल्ड, ब्राजील, America, all of these people, inka cotton ka prices is way less compared to the cotton ka prices in India. And in fact, the cotton that you get from Brazil, the cotton that you get from America, right, that is of higher quality compared to what you get in India. Usko bolte primary cotton and secondary cotton bolte in terms of quality. ठीक है. Now, in spite of it being lower, yet they can't import it, and they have to use this cotton, which is because India में, like I told you, एक minimum selling price होता है. ठीक है. They have to buy from here only, क्योंकि क्या हो रहा है, they have इतना import duty है. ठीक है. So this is one problem this yarn and fabric is facing. Now you think about this, ये yarn और fabric, ये yarn से fabric बनता है, इन दोनों का भी एक सिचुएशन सोचो कि ये लोग किसको बेचते हैं, yarn और fabric बना के, जो इसको एक कपड़े में कन्वर्ट करेगा, that is their customer ना. Now who is making all this कपड़ा, taking this yarn and fabric, different fabric बना के कौन कपड़ा बना रहे, बांग्लादेश के लोग बना रहे ज्यादा से ज्यादा, राइट. नाउ इनका भी यहाँ पे इफेक्ट हो रहा है कि लाइक because most of their customers in this yarn and fabric space, almost 40 to 50% of the customer is from Bangladesh. Now, let's say even for these people, as long as their customer is from domestic market, right? Let's say if it is somebody in a domestic market, then what will happen? It becomes easier because unka customer ke liye aur bhi zyada ye aayega na, order aayega, then everything. But having said that, if yarn and fabric wala ko bhi customer, if they are supporting Bangladesh, then what happens again? Ki like wahi problem aa jayega, same as what this brands or B2C. So the only people over here who is actually being a big beneficial is jo garment bana rahe, not yarn, not fabric, who are actually making this garment over here. So few examples मैं दे सकती हूँ यहाँ पे, just an example मैं दे रही हूँ. As you can see, Kitex है, and या आपका Bella Casa fashion है. What are these people doing? These people are making clothes. These people, they have their, वो क्या करते हैं? Let's say for example, Zudio आते हैं, बोलते हैं Bella Casa के लिए मुझे ये चाहिए, ठीक है? I need 100 tops, five tops चाहिए मुझे, different design का, उसका एक टॉप का मुझे 100 quantity क्या है. Now Kitex and Bella Casa वो क्या करते हैं? I'm just giving an example. They will have to design, they will have to source this fabric for that, and they will have to manufacture it, put Zudio का label and give it to Zudio. Now यहाँ पे these are the companies, these are the companies where exactly the demand is coming from. Because what happens, यहाँ पे earlier probably all these players, domestic players also were getting done from Bangladesh. Now they are shifting it to India, right? Not just domestic players, जो भी export का players है. Earlier they were, export का players, what I mean is all these international brands were getting it done from Bangladesh earlier. Now they are getting it done from India, because that is the main sector over here. जो manufacture कर रहा है, who are making this garment, जो manufacturing the garment, not yarn, not fabric. Okay, so these are the people who are actually getting immense benefit of tailwind यहाँ पे, ठीक है? So that is the main thing. But yarn हो या fabric हो, all of these people, there is a little bit benefit. Okay, probably a little bit benefit. Probably if they're shifting more towards domestic side, they will get. Not overall, you wouldn't see. Okay. Now, I have taken a list of certain companies. I think there are around more than 40 companies over here. And I will try to cover as much as possible in the next 2 to 3 days. That's a target, because I want to wrap everything by the 31st of this year, not because it's New Year or anything, but as you all know that, we have a workshop coming up on that investment checklist on Jan 11th and 12th. And I need to connect the dots, because see, it is one thing for me to understand with my checklist. But having said that, when you're explaining to another person, you have to connect the dots, like why A is good, B is good, and there are so many case studies also that happens. So that is where my full attention will go starting from Jan, basically I have the PPT ready, but how do I connect the dots and show it to guys? And if you haven't registered by now, kindly do. I'll put the registration link in the description as well as in the pinned comment, both in YouTube and X, wherever you're watching this video. Now coming here, can you see I've divided that into three categories. Like पहला जो category is the yarn या cotton, आपका जो fabric बनाते हैं, इस yarn से आपका cotton का material बनाते हैं, या fabric fabric जैसे polyester fabric बनाते हैं. This is the first set which belongs to this yarn and fabric. Okay. The second set is ये B2B company जो garment बनाते हैं. Now these are the companies that I have in this space. And the last one is the B2C companies. B2C companies में भी बहुत कुछ अच्छा हो रहा है. There are some companies that are doing really well. There are some companies that are don't. Okay. So यहाँ पे I've divided into these three spaces. हम लोग एक like in the first video we'll talk about this. Second video we will talk about this, and the third video we will talk about this. Okay. Like एक company का individually में हम लेके बात करेंगे at the end of the day. Now you might let me just stop the PPT. Yeah, now you might see like there could be some things that is missing, like Ambika Cotton, some XXY names that are there. But having said that, see, I'm giving you guys the investment checklist at the end of the day, and already I'm doing 45 companies. It's like in a span of yesterday I spent the entire day reading around 15 con calls. That is why I was not able to do the video, because I started in the morning reading con calls at 7:30 and finished it at 4. I didn't even eat anything the whole time. So it takes a lot of stress, and your brain gets fried also in the meantime. So I obviously the checklist is there, and I will try from my end to like do as much as I can. It wouldn't be possible for me like agar textile sector mein hai ki like sara ka sara 100,000 company I can do it. How much ever I can, I will do it. And in fact I've taken in this list, you can see ki like jo bhi jisme bhi growth hai, jisme bhi kuch acha capex ho raha hai, tailwinds hai, guidelines hai, guidance hai, everything that is there I have covered in wo list mein hai. There is agar is list में कोई पैसे नहीं बनाता है, then market में कोई भी नहीं बनाएगा. That is how it is. Okay, ठीक है. So I have taken as many as I can, and I will try to cover as many as I can. I will especially stress in all the upcoming individual videos हम जो बनाने वाले एक एक कंपनी के लिए. What I mean is like मैं एक वीडियो में शायद 3 कंपनी का individually मैं बात करूंगी, and we will connect the dots. I will do that kind. And वही हम करेंगे. And we will see food. So this is the part 1 basically of the textile space. I think now it becomes easier to understand like now that you understood the problems, kahan pe kitna benefit ho raha hai, kahan pe tailwind zyada aa raha hai, I think it becomes easier now to segregate the industry, and like now we get the big picture. Now we can go into the every single detail of each and every company, and that is what I've been trying to explain here in this video. I hope it made sense. Okay, right? In the part 2, in the second video, we will start with that jo cotton bana rahe, fabric bana rahe, we will start over there. Okay, so that's that for today's this video. I shall see you in the second part of the video.